Running an organization in today's society is extremely challenging. COVID-19 has made it harder to ensure a safe and healthy environment for the employees, and it has also caused a lot of economic pain. Some even so badly that they have had to shut down for one reason or the other. As we live in these difficult times, it's very important to stay in control, and we understand that even the largest and most successful organizations struggles with this, so we created an app. In this video, we will cover in detail how the application works and how you can use it to ensure compliance to COVID-19 guidelines, escalate issues in our two-way communication tool, coach your organization remotely to avoid contact in these troublesome times with our task management tool, enhance transparency with live data regarding lean optimization on all levels and departments in your organization. All this to take the next step on your lean journey. First, we need to set up a project. We'll start by logging into our account. We'll go to Manage and press Projects. Then, we will fill in the name of the project and add a short description. Once we've pressed Create, it has all started. We will add further details as we progress. We can add numerous projects dependent on the size of the organization. So in this example, we will add 3 projects within our organization. When we go back to the home screen, we can now scroll down and see all our projects in this drop-down list. As we want to add more details, we press Edit Project. Here we can see the name and the description. Let's add the areas we want to monitor. Press on the Add Area and then Edit. We will change the name to which the area is recognized. As a default, all categories are selected, which means that we will monitor all these categories of the questions within this area. In this case, however, we are specifically interested in the standardized work, 5S, total productive maintenance, just in time, and of course COVID-19. So we will deselect all the other categories. Then we will press Save and Close. As you can see, the area is added to the project. However, we have some more areas that we want to monitor, so we will add them as well. Some categories will provide their score as KPI data, but we can also use external KPI input. In this example, we want to follow our COVID-19, which by default is updated automatically on a daily basis when the assessment is being done by the users. However, we also want to follow our FTT, which stands for First Time Through Capabilities, and our OEE, which is the Overall Equipment Effectiveness. These categories can be changed to whatever we want them to be. To add a user, go to Manage tab and press Users. Firstly, add the email address of the employee. Then we add a password for the employee and confirm the password. Add a name for the account and description. And then last of all, we need to identify what role and responsibility the user should have. There are 4 different user types: spectator, user, moderator, and admin. Spectator can only view data in the assigned project or area. Use this type for people you only want to be able to see the data. Senior management would be a fitting role for this user type. A user have access to give input and view data within the assigned area or project. The input refers to answering questions and feeding in KPI data. This would typically be an operator or a team leader. Moderators have access to everything within the assigned project. Everything includes the action list system, access to create and edit areas, as well as all functionality of a regular user. This could be a manager, someone within the quality department, or likewise. The admin has access to everything, which means to create new accounts, to create new projects, edit KPI units, and all functionalities of all other user types. A fitting role for this would be a quality department, a lean department, or someone high within the organization that has a larger scope over the projects. In this case, Eric is a team leader, so we will give him the access of a user. Finally, we need to align him to a specific area. We can see that access to all areas can be selected by checking the project name, or we can reduce the scope to a specific area or ward as indicated. Press the Create button to finalize the registration. It's only the admin that can create new accounts. We will just keep adding accounts for all the required people. Spectator for our senior management, moderator for our other managers, and user for our operators and other employees. Now it's time for the user to fill in the status on the station. We'll log on to our account and press on our work area. A looking glass and a pencil button will now appear. Click on the pencil to go to the assessment questions. If there would be any uncertainty for us what this category is all about, we can press on the information button and read about this particular category. Once at the questions, read through each question in turn and give them a range score based on their compliance to the request 0, not started, to 10, fully sustainable process. As we fill in this one, we see that there is an issue with the face mask straps, so we will escalate this in the comment section. This is how far we have come with this category. So the natural next thing for us to do would be to escalate to our manager that we need further training to proceed with our lean development. When finished with the assessment, press Save, which will take us to the top. Press Back to return to the control page. This is the basis for your continuous improvement work in your organization. This is what generates your data to work with. The more accurate this assessment is, the better we can improve safety, quality, and efficiency in the organization. Apart from data collected in the application, we can also put in external data into our KPI board. As we earlier filled in, we want to follow our FTT and OEE, so we'll just add in today's data for these as well. COVID-19 is automatically updated in the system as we filled in the questions earlier. Now we're logged in as a moderator, which in this example is a production manager. So we will scroll down to our project. As we can see, we have 3 areas that we are responsible for, all filled in current status. If we press on the looking glass, we can see when and by whom it was latest updated, and we can also see if there are any comments. As we can see, there was an issue with the strap on one of the face masks, so we will answer this by creating an action. Start by filling in the title of the action. Then we fill in a description of what is to be done. After that, we'll fill in our deadline and who is responsible for the task. The task currently has a status not started. As this task will progress, we will change the status to monitoring and when finalized to complete. When a task is completed, it will disappear from this view. To view completed task, click on the View Completed Actions. We can see the current status of all the categories. As we can see, total productive maintenance is on a very low status. In the comments, we can see that the user has escalated that he needs further training to progress on this topic. So we will create an action for our office team to send this operator for education. We can easily change what we want to view for the status on the different categories by pressing options. If we choose date stamps, we will be able to see the time when it was latest filled in and by whom. If we press compare, we can see the change between the current and previous status. Activity within the latest 5 days, which ones have comments and which ones have decreased in score. We're also able to see our KPIs up here. If we would like to have a better overview of how the project is progressing, we can press Print Report. We can choose if we want to review a month or a week. Then we can choose which areas we want to monitor. Then we can choose which areas we want to view. We can also add a comment for the report. Now, if we press Print Report, we will download a compiled A3 of the status of the project. We can see open actions, closed actions, how many comments we've got, and how many comments we have with actions. Then on the left side, we can read into all open tasks. To provide positive tension, delayed tasks are highlighted with a red marking. This way, delayed tasks are automatically being escalated and we can easily spot if the improvements are running late. In the middle, we can see the KPI board and the status of all categories. This will help us to make decisions based on compiled data and statistics and not a gut feeling as many organizations do today. On the right side, we can see all the tasks that has been closed over the selected period. In conclusion, the whole world is going through very difficult times. To secure safety, continued economic growth, and business development, we need to create transparency with statistics and data. With our app, we can easily review the status of safety and COVID-19 and a lot of other lean-related categories that most organizations have not directly monitored before. This we can review through our whole organization. We can also see what issues we have and follow them up with actions. The users in the organization can escalate issues and fill in the current status. They can also see what the next steps towards more lean organizations are, which will help them and challenge them to drive their development. Remember, we can only control what we can measure, and when we can measure, we can start to improve.